In this video I'm going to show you how you can move your files over to Dropbox and also create folders within it. Dropbox is basically cloud storage, which means you can store your files in a remote location. It's all very secure. It's useful to do this if you want to save space on your computer, and also if you want to access your files in another location anywhere in the world. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can get to your Dropbox first. And the first thing you would do is you would probably see an icon on the desktop similar to this one. You double click to open your Dropbox folder on this icon here. Alternatively, you can go to the bottom right hand corner of the screen and there's a blue box there, and you just double click on that and it does the same thing. It launches up your Dropbox folder. So as you can see, your Dropbox folder will look like any other folder, and it's got some folders already in it. Okay, so now I've got my Dropbox folder open. I want to locate the files I wish to transfer over. But it's probably best to first move this folder out of the way on your desktop a little bit. So I'd usually click in the top header here, and you just left click and drag over to the edge of your screen, not too far, but just so you've got enough room, and then just release the left mouse button to place it. So now, as you can see, I've got my Dropbox folder out of the way, so I can now open my folder with the files in. So I've made a test folder here for an example, so I'm just going to double click on that. And again, I need to move this folder out of the way so I can see my Dropbox folder. So I left click at the top and drag, and then take my finger off the left mouse button to place it. So on the right hand side I've got my Dropbox folder, and on the left hand side I've got the files I wish to transfer to my Dropbox. Okay, so going back to the Dropbox, I want to create a folder. So to do this, in a space you just right click, go down to new, then go to folder, and as you see it's created a new folder, and it's kind of like in the blue highlights. That's basically telling you you can change the actual new folder text to something else. So let's put I'm going to put test. Okay, and to set this you just click in a space, left click on a space there, and it will actually set it. So now I've got a folder called test. The next stage is best to really just simply double click on the folder to open it. So now I've got an empty folder called test, and then we go over to the file I wish to move over. Now if I was to simply left click and drag the file over to my Dropbox, you would notice, yes, it would be over in your Dropbox, but it's not here on my computer. It's simply moved it over and not copied it. So let's do this again. So if you wanted to make a copy, so for instance you want a copy of this document on your computer and also on your Dropbox, you would right click on the file, go down to copy, go over to your Dropbox, right click in a space, go down to paste. And now as you can see, I've got document 1 in my Dropbox and a copy of document 1 in my test folder. Okay, so what if I wanted to move multiple files over to my Dropbox? You can simply do this by holding down the control key on your keyboard, which is located at the bottom left hand corner of your keyboard. Hold down that control key and just left click on the mouse on each file you wish to transfer over. Once highlighted, you can take your finger off the control key and then move your mouse over one of the highlighted documents. Right click, go down to copy, go over to your Dropbox, right click and paste. So as you can see, I've now got 2 files in my Dropbox, and I've also got a duplicate of them in my test folder. Okay, so how do you delete a file within your Dropbox? You can simply left click once on a file and then press the delete key on your keyboard, and then it comes up with this: do you want to move it to a recycle bin? You can press yes, and as you can see it's now vanished there. And you can do the same with a folder as well. Okay, say like I've edited document 2 here on my computer, and it's more up to date than the one on my Dropbox. So you would usually go to right click, copy, go over to your Dropbox, right click, paste, but as you can see it comes up with this. It says there is a file with the same name in this location, and it's asking you, do you want to copy and repaste? Don't copy, copy but keep both files. If you want to overwrite the file with the newer file, you would go to copy and replace, click on that, and it just basically overwrites the file with the new up-to-date data. If you're moving big files over to Dropbox, it can take some time. So how do you know when it's actually successfully uploaded to Dropbox? I'm going to show you that now. I'm going to simply just drag this over to my Dropbox to show you. Notice this icon here. When it goes to a green tick, you know it's successfully uploaded. If you've dragged files over, you don't have to have these folders open anymore. You can simply close them and it will do it in the background for you. As long as this icon here is still there, it's running in the background. So it will continue to upload these files. You would also know when files have been uploaded to Dropbox successfully via this tick in the taskbar over the blue box. When that's got a tick, all the files have been uploaded successfully. Okay, so thanks for watching my tutorial on how to use Dropbox. I hope it's helped. I tried to make it as simple as possible. Obviously some people might have different ways of doing things than me, but this is how I would do it. So thanks for watching.